All right, today in the shop we're working on this is a sprayer, but more importantly we are going to do some ultrasonic cleaner on the carburetor because this sprayer's got a lot of contaminants on it. The carburetor I'm going to show you the ultrasonic cleaner I got off of Amazon that I've been using for a while, and I love it. This thing is just nasty. It's filthy. It's running good, but you know, once the season starts here in another 2 weeks, this thing's going to be under heavy use all day long, and this is just going to end up being a road call for me. This I got off of Amazon, COZ Digital Ultrasonic Cleaner. I think this was the 12-liter one that we got. They do have smaller ones. I'm not a scientist. I don't know a whole lot about how it works, but what I do know is that when you plug this thing in and turn it on, it does have a transducer in it, which will convert the energy into mechanical energy and create millions and millions of these microscopic bubbles inside, and those bubbles will attack the part and they will actually implode. They don't explode, they implode, and that's how it does all the cleaning. When they implode, it actually removes the contaminants on the part that's in there. So right now I have it turned on because these things work best. This is the temperature I have it set at, and this is the temperature the solution inside is currently at. So when you turn this on, it's a little bit noisy. That's what it sounds like. But to heat this up faster, I usually put this on for about 15 minutes or so, and then I turn it on. Because you don't want to stick your hand in here while this thing is actually running. It's really not good for your skin, your bones, and everything. Just make sure you have that shut off, and definitely wear gloves when you're in the liquid. A lot of people like to use Dawn or whatever. I just use this regular dish soap, and I'll pour a little bit in there just like that. And my Simple Green I already put in. Just dumped in about half a cup of Simple Green. And that's it. There's other ways to do it. Some people would like to take a container and put the container in there. It helps avoid having to clean this all the time, but I have no problem with cleaning it. There's a little drain on the side. You just turn that, and all your water will start coming out, and then you can get in there and clean it once this is drained. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you how well this thing cleans. I'm going to get it heated up first. And I'm going to show you how that carburetor looks after it's done. Now, I've been using that cleaner probably for about a good year now, and I got to tell you, we spent hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on carburetors. And ever since we got that, we have not bought another carburetor. The way that I use it works. A lot of people will comment below, I'm sure, saying you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that. But I'm going with what works. Every time I put a carburetor in there with that mixture, it comes out fine and everything's running beautiful. So I haven't had any issues with it. But there is a lot of different tips and tricks. If you search around on YouTube, different guys doing different things. We can see all the filth on it. And I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, I got my carburetor up on the table. I just took the bottom bowl off. The nut in the center pretty much holds that on. So you want to take your carburetor apart as much as you can without, forgetting how to put it all back together. But you want to get your jet needles and things out of there too. I shut this off for now, just for audio purposes so I could hear. But you can see my temperature starting to go up a little bit. And inside of here, you have this little tray here that it comes with. And I should have my gloves on right now. I just want to show you this 12-liter will come with this tray. And I put these aluminum plates in here just so all the little jets and things don't fall through the grate, because you really don't want parts sitting on the bottom of this thing while it's working. You want to keep them elevated off the bottom. This tray does have like little, I don't know if you can see down there. Yeah, you can. But it is raised up a little bit off the ground. And when you get it, you're just going to want to get some type of square plating or something to put in there to set your objects on. And again, some people will take an actual peanut butter jar or a mason jar or whatever, and they'll put the parts inside of that in the liquid and then put it in there. There's different ways you could do this. But me, I'm just setting my stuff on top of there. This has been the method that has worked just well for me over the last year and a half, so I am not going to change it up at all. And if you're really worried about the smaller parts, you can take them and stick them inside of this little cup here, but when you set it in the water, it may push itself out of there. I got one hand here, so let's see if I can raise this up. I'm just going to lower that down in there like that. I preferably like the temperature to be up a little bit higher, but what we're going to do, this only goes up to 30 minutes on here, so I'm going to put the timer up. And usually 30 minutes is usually just fine. Some carburetors may need a little longer, but this cleans a whole wide variety of things, which we're not even going to get into. But if you look it up, you'll see all the different things this cleans. It's pretty amazing. So now that our heat is still climbing, we're going to turn this on, and that is when the ultrasonic magic starts. And it's done. 30 minutes later. All right, be really careful when you're taking this off. You'll see some steam here. All right. And you can see it's a lot cleaner. Definitely does a really good job cleaning them. Now, the important thing is I usually take like an air gun from the air compressor, and I'll blow it all off real fast, because if you don't, using the soap sometimes, it kind of gunks up on the carburetor if you don't blow this stuff off right away. So take an air gun, be careful you're not blowing all your gaskets off of there, especially the little rubber O-ring likes to go flying and stuff. But blow that carburetor off pretty good. Make sure you get in all the cracks and crevices, and get all that soapy water out of there and that simple green. I mean, the machine works pretty good. Again, I got it off Amazon. I think it was like 280 bucks or so. My review of it is definitely a 5-star. I recommend it. Again, this is the I believe this was the 12-liter. It's a CO-Z digital ultrasonic cleaner, and this thing's amazing. And if you haven't already, guys, please smash that like button below, subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. I typically get back to people sometimes right away if I'm happen to be on the phone and checking, but I do check the comments every day, and I love to help people out. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate, just ask below, and I'll be more than happy to help.